You know, we've been in our districts the last 30 days, and I'm going to tell you, I've got an earful. What I'm hearing from my constituents, they're sick and tired of this government trying to tell them what is morally right and wrong, what to drive, and by the way, you have to live with our policies whether you like it or not. We know what's best for you. You know, I realized early on in my business career that the workforce was evolving, and now we have the modern workforce. And they're very entrepreneurial. I mean, you know, when you start imposing, well, you have to do this, you have to donate to this political candidate or whatever. I mean, and in fact, you know, over 40% of them support you know, different parties in different elections. So this modern workforce is very entrepreneurial. You know, our business model changed drastically from we were doing work, basically, we were doing a lot of self-perform work. And in fact, the company I started with, Union Company, we did a lot of self-perform. We got the workers out of the unions. In fact, I was with the Construction Trades Union at Plant Vogel, and you know, I said, hey, we need workers. They can't recruit workers. They can't bring in apprenticeship. You know, I mean, nobody wants to join the union. And of course, you hit on some of the things. I mean, today, you know, I think at least the surveys we did in our company is that, number one, people were created and wired to, and they got to find out where they fit. And, you know, you're just not going to fit with some companies. But it's up to the company to provide that fit for the employee. And when that fit works, you better get out of the way, because that company is going to be very productive, and it's going to grow, and those workers are going to benefit. You know, in my state of Georgia, we have right-to-work laws, okay? And every state is very different. And that is why Senator Scott and I introduced the Employee Rights Act. And we did this because of the importance of assuring that elections are conducted by secret ballot. It requires union dues transparency. It protects the joint employer model for franchises, which the franchise business has been a huge economic engine in this country. It maintains worker status as independent contractors, which is a big part of the construction world, and it protects employee privacy, among other provisions. Mr. King, it's interesting that about 77 Democrats and the Biden NLRB wrote a letter to President Trump urging that Mexican workers have the right to secret ballot. Yet we don't want that in this country. I mean, the height of hypocrisy. Can you explain that?
I wish I could, Mr. Allen, but I can't. It's interesting, while secret ballots are under attack here, and that is the way we make decisions in this country. Everybody that is in this room as a member of Congress is elected by secret ballot. Union officers are elected by secret ballot. Church elections, you name it. What's wrong with the secret ballot election process? I don't think anything. But back to your question, the USMCA agreement is imposing a secret ballot approach on Mexico, and I support that. Our association supports it. That's the way it should be. Mexican workers should have secret ballot election rights. Why don't we have the same standard here? It's total hypocrisy.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's like we demand other countries protect their borders, yet ours is wide open. I mean, it makes no sense at all. The other thing that's disturbing is that, like I said, Georgia's a right-to-work state. We have great leadership in our state. We have been voted the best state to do business in for, I think, 10 years running. We've got a lot of economic activity in Georgia. In fact, we're at pre-pandemic economic levels right now. Why is it that other states want us to have to do what they do with their terrible policies, where people are moving out, companies are moving out, businesses are moving out, and they want us to succumb to these same policies? In other words, like I said, what drives my constituents crazy is, you know, this town says, okay, these are the policies I don't care whether you like them or not, and it's for all the states. Why can't Georgia and the other states decide what's best for them?
Well, as you know, Mr. Allen, the PRO Act would take away, in all essence, right-to-work status for Georgia and 26 other states. And again, it's back to imposing a so-called federal will on the entire country, and that's not what people want.
The American people are not going to stand for this. The American people want choice.